Hello everyone, welcome back to Devilish Serpents. It's been a while, I'm sorry, I haven't done anything in a while. Haven't even logged onto YouTube in 3 months. Pretty bad of me, life's been pretty hectic. Got Astrid here, Astrid the Beast. She has not eaten for 2 months. She's never done that before, but she's gone on winter hunger strike with a couple of others. Which is very annoying because she has never missed a meal. Apart from the last 2 months, she's just decided not to eat. Very annoying, girl. Why can't you just eat? Sometimes she acts interested, but she really isn't. Cannot get her to eat for toffee. So yeah, she's not losing that much weight, which is good. It's steadily going down. Of course, she's not eating anything. There's nothing to be worried about at this point. This video, just give a little update about what's going on. How I did with the hatchlings as well, because that is my first year breeding and it was a really good year. And then I wanted to talk about a little bit about this is more for like UK or Europe people watching. I can't speak for America, but with the snake recession that's going on, I've had a lot of breeders talk about it, a lot of breeders getting out of the game, so yeah, let's talk about it. So the hatchlings this year, I had I paired a twin spot anaconda het snow female to Loki, my anaconda albino het exantic, so het for snow. I got all wild type colouring, unfortunately, so not even albino. I had one exantic that didn't make it. The egg collapsed halfway through incubation, and there was no debate about that one. I had to take it out. It snaps like a Kit Kat bar. Eggs aren't supposed to do that. And that was exantic, so that's sod's law that the only one that didn't make it was the exantic. But some really pretty wild type snakes that I made this year, mostly condas. I had 2 super condas, which I won't complain about. Slightly under odds, but still I had some super condas. Like, that's amazing. And then I had one proper wild type. The rest were all low expression condas. They weren't the most perfect condas ever, but obviously they were amazing to me because it was my first ever clutch, so they were the first babies I ever made. Apart from one, they all ate their first meal straight out the egg and didn't miss a meal. There was one hatchling that took 4 weeks to eat, but since then has not missed a meal. They've been absolutely brilliant. They've been shedding. So sorry, I had, is that right? 8 hatchlings made it. There was 11 eggs laid, 3 were already duds, and then 1 didn't make it halfway through incubation. So I had 8 healthy hatchlings left. It's been incredible. I've only got 2 left now. They sold pretty well considering like the financial state of the UK and everything. Probably because they're lower end morphs. If you want a pet, they're perfect because they're lower end. They didn't cost that much. I didn't charge as much as I should have because I've got no reputation yet, so I've got no name to charge behind. So they were pretty cheap, which started another debate. I didn't make them, even the wild type, I didn't make too cheap, because I feel like if you sell a snake for £10, the kind of people that are going to buy that snake are not going to look after it. So even with your cheap ones, you can't sell them for nothing, because the type of people that are interested then are really not the types you should probably be selling snakes to. But yeah, so 2 left, 2 male condas left. Both the super condas went. One of the super condas had a crazy red stripe down it. It was amazing. And my cousin, who was actually in the Hognose game, brought that one off me. Yeah, he snatched that up pretty quick because of how strikingly beautiful it was. So yeah, like I said, all ate perfectly. I didn't have to send anything. I couldn't have asked for a better first season for experience. It went so smoothly. I even had to contend with incredible heat waves here in the UK. A couple of times I had to take all the snakes out of the snake house and bring them into my bedroom in my actual house, because that was the coolest place I could find, because I couldn't even keep this place down to a safe temperature. That's how hot it got. But my incubator kept it perfect all year. All the time they were incubating, it went up and down maybe half a degrees, so I cannot complain about that either. So my plans for the season is I'm not breeding this season. I moved to Germany at the start of March, and that is when I would like to pair my snakes. That is a pretty big move for Hognose. That's a whole day of vibrating in a car. And I know there's the myth of if you take your snakes for a short drive, it makes them horny. But a full day, that's just going to stress them out. Everything will be different there. You know, atmospheric pressure, weather, even altitude. Where my wife-to-be lives, the altitude is much higher than here. All those little things that you don't think about do affect these animals. They run off pure instinct, and that stuff does really matter for them. So I think it's in their best interest as I don't try and breed them this year. Astrid obviously was supposed to be more than ready this year, but I'm going to wait another year. Just where she stopped eating, I'm not sure now. So she's definitely waiting another year regardless of when the breeding times meet up. Cersei, who gave me the hatchings this year, started eating straight away, and she's been an absolute chomper. I haven't been overfeeding her, but she eats everything I put in there, so I cannot complain about her one bit. She would be ready to go again, but I want to give her a year off. So she's had her first clutch now at 3 years old. For this season, she's going to have a rest and build up even more weight, and then next season she'll have her second clutch, which should be much bigger. She's had a year's rest, should be much bigger. She's already had her first clutch to get her organs going, sexual reproduction organs, and so the clutch should be quite nice. So not this year, next year, in theory, I will have the Hognose trying again, just to at least get some albinos or exantics would be nice. And then Astrid is het for toffee, and I have a Arctic het toffee for her to pair with. So some Arctic toffees would be nice as well next year, which have got better odds than my het snow pairing. So yeah, then I also wanted to talk about the snake recession. I've been with a couple of friends, breeders in the business, to go pick up other snakes and other people. It just seems to be on everyone's mind at the moment talking about it, especially in the UK. There's a lot of breeders are selling up because we've got an upcoming recession here. Money might get tight, people are worried. People are not breeding because potentially have to sit on those hatchlings for months, if not a year, to sell them because no one's got money, no one's interested in the hobby. That's not totally true, but I get it. All of my hatchlings this year were sold as pet only. I didn't sell to any breeders. It was I'd say 80% people getting their first Hognose. What is great is all of them had done the necessary research, and you know, everything was set up, and everyone had watched Snake Discovery basically and watched all her videos, so that was really good. I've got no worries about anyone that I've sold one to. So that was nice this year. I didn't have anyone that there was no one walked away and I thought, I'm not sure if that snake's gonna have the best life. Everyone that walked away, I thought, this is cool. This is perfect. I couldn't ask for more, you know, selling a snake. But yeah, so if you are in the UK and interested in getting into the hobby, or if you want expensive more for cheap, or you do want to set up breeding and you have got spare money and you're not, you know, electricity bills aren't stinging you as much as the rest of us, it's the perfect time to watch out for whole collections going on sale. The amount of entire collections I've seen go on sale this year already has been unreal, where people are so worried about not being able to afford to do it, or sitting on hatchlings all year, or they are just that stressed with money that they've said goodbye to the hobby altogether and they've gone, I can't do this anymore. Which is very sad to think about, because for most people this is a passion, an obsession almost, but a passion. So the fact that they've, you know, are so stressed and with money and life that they've had to walk away from it isn't nice. But if you are looking to get into the hobby, it is a great opportunity for you, because yeah, collections are going on, are being listed all the time, entire collections for quite cheap. you know, you start seeing snakes, especially around this time of year anyway, when people are struggling to sell. You see very cheap examples, but we're seeing entire collections and snakes going for much cheaper than they should. Obviously still expensive. You're not going to get a Yeti for £50, unfortunately, but they'll be much cheaper than they would have been last year. And so talking to some other big breeders, some people that have been in the game for a decade, is they said they've seen this happen 4 or 5 times now, and it's never the end of the hobby. Never. It might be a quiet year for the hobby, but next year the people that have you know, kept with it and have got all those genetics lined up to fire out some absolutely stunning Hognose will absolutely kill it. I know, so my cousin that I mentioned that's in the Hognose game now, he's getting some bargains at the moment. He has got some unreal genetics lined up for the future with some of the projects that he's going to be doing. I did put a poll up the other day on the community tab of this channel, just asking whether people would rather me post more frequent, like more day-to-day mundane stuff, but still post regularly, or do like scarce posting, but make it exciting. So I explained that really badly. So I asked on the community tab, would you rather I do more day-to-day boring stuff, like day-to-day keeping, or only post when I have something exciting to talk about or show? And I only got 2 votes, but those 2 votes said more day-to-day. So that's what I'll be doing. I can find things to talk about all the time, and I love showing off my snakes. They are my pride and joy. So I will be doing that. Now Astra's been sitting in my hand for 13 minutes, and I think she's had enough, to be honest. She's looking right at the camera. Hey. So thank you for watching. I am going to be around a lot more now, a lot more active on this channel. Apologies for the comments that I only just replied to last night, because I've only just gone back onto YouTube and had a look for the first time in 3 months. I appreciate all the comments and everything, and I try and reply to every single one. I really do appreciate any interest in the channel. Hopefully you'll see me in the near future posting. I want to make it a lot more frequent, and I want to show what people want to see. What do you want to see? I can do anything about the hognose keeping. I want to make a video about the snake pillow that my mother-in-law made me, because it is amazing, it is really useful. But yeah, any video suggestions, anything you want me to talk about, anything you want to see about my snake collection, what are you doing? Just drop it in a comment. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.